death.
Welcome back, guys, to another Clash Royale video. Today we're taking a look at a golem strategy because a lot of you guys have been asking me to build a golem deck. So here it is. Now notice that there isn't any elixir pump in this deck, and that's simply because of the average elixir cost only being 3.5. I figured it was low enough to get away with not having a pump in this deck, but you can probably use one if you wanted to. I would recommend switching out either the goblins or the ice spirit for a pump if you wanted to use it. But let's go ahead here, take a look at a couple of replays, and then we'll finish off with a live battle. So here we are, guys, facing off against this level 10 here. This is on my second account, by the way. That's why I'm a level 8 in the Frozen Peak Arena. Now, as we see here, my reaction to facing off against a level 10 opponent as a level 8. But as it turned out, his card levels were actually pretty comparable to mine, so there wasn't too much of a difference in the battle that way until the end of the battle, where the extra health on his tower definitely prolonged the battle a little bit. Now I'm going to start doing a slow push on the right hand side with that golem. My opponent is setting up a pretty strong giant bowler poison push on the left hand lane, so I'm going to go ahead and use the cannon to distract that giant, and then use the poison spell to slow down both the musketeer as well as the bowler. And once I have enough elixir, I'm going to go ahead and use the mini P.E.K.K.A in the back to take out both the musketeer as well as the bowler. Now unfortunately, he has a mini P.E.K.K.A of his own doing work to my golem, and that level 2 golem goes down pretty quickly and isn't able to do too much damage to his tower, and his push did a crazy amount of damage to my tower, bringing it down to less than 1,000 health. But I have a mini P.E.K.K.A going back on a counter push, getting a couple hits on that tower, and that's one of the reasons I love the mini P.E.K.K.A, or sorry, the ice spirit so much, is for only one additional elixir, you can support so many different counter pushes and do damage to a tower. So we still have a chance of winning this battle, given that his tower is sitting at 1,500 health. Now he's setting up another push on the left hand side. I don't have enough elixir to do a counter push with that golem, so I'm gonna get ready for this defense once again, using that cannon in the middle of the base to distract the giant. Now I thought about using the Inferno Tower in this deck instead of the cannon, but I figured that would be too much elixir and raise up the average elixir cost too much, and then I would need to use the elixir pump, so I stuck with the cannon. And the great thing with that is all of the other cards besides the golem are fairly low in elixir cost, so you can cycle through your cards pretty quickly, even with an expensive golem deck. Now, mini P.E.K.K.A going back here, unfortunately, he won't be able to get one hit on that tower, so I only get the zap damage there, and I did kind of waste that zap spell, so that was 2 elixir wasted. Now, I'm going to sit back here a quick second. Unfortunately, my opponent did place down the elixir pump, which means I have to go in the offensive now and be the aggressor, which I usually like playing defensively and setting up counter pushes. So he's dropping on the ice spirit there. I'm going to go ahead and place on the golem in the left hand lane and try and counter his push here. And the great thing with using the golem on the same lane as that giant is the golem should hopefully distract the bowler, allowing all of my support troops to take out the giant without being attacked by the bowler. Now poison spell going down to slow down all those support troops. Cannon distracting the giant once again, and now once the bowler is distracted by the golem, sorry, I'm going to go ahead and use the musketeer as well as the mini P.E.K.K.A in the back with that ice spirit. That's going to allow me to take out all the support troops without the giant even making one hit to my tower. Now I have a pretty strong counter push going on here. Gonna go ahead and use the poison spell to slow down the tower as well as the bowler, and the musketeer getting a couple shots off with the mini P.E.K.K.A as well as the golem in there. The musketeer still doing damage, bringing his tower down to 320 health. And this is the point in the battle where his 2 level difference actually gives him the advantage, because right now I would actually have the 1 crown lead, but I have to keep defending and keep cycling through my cards in order to take out that tower, just because he has a little bit of extra health on it. So poison spell going down, getting a little bit of chip damage. I'm trying desperately to defend my tower, because my tower is only sitting at 500 health, and all he really needs is a couple hits off to finish it off. So goblins going down with the musketeer, trying to cycle as fast as I can to get to another poison spell. Ice spirit going down, finally reaching that poison spell, so it's going down there with the zap spell to give me the 1 crown victory over a level 10. Let's go ahead here to the next replay. And here we are, guys, facing off against a Royal Giant Sparky user, and he also has a Lumberjack in there, so this should be a pretty interesting battle, given that my Golem is only level 2. Now, I want to talk about the Golem versus the Giant. One of the reasons why I haven't done a Golem video in such a long time is, in my opinion, the Giant is a better option for 2 reasons. One, for the majority of people, getting a Giant up to a competitive level is a lot easier because it's only a rare card, whereas the Golem is an epic card, and my Golem is only level 2, which means the level 2 epic is balanced against level 5 rares and level 7 commons if I'm correct, so it's pretty underpowered against these level 4 epics, level 9 crown towers, level 7 rares, and level 9 or 10 commons, so it feels pretty weak. But as a free-to-play player, it's kind of hard getting those epic cards up to a competitive level, whereas the rare cards like the Giant, it's pretty easy to get it up to like level 8 or something like that, which is a lot more competitive than a level 2 Golem. And also, in my opinion, with the current meta of the game, I think the Giant is just a better option. I definitely think the Golem needs another buff. Maybe reducing the elixir cost to 70 elixir would make it a viable option. But right here, pretty clutch defense, using that Zap spell to reset the attack timer on the Sparky, and also using the Mini P.E.K.K.A to take it out. And at this point in the battle, he has no elixir left to defend, so once again, the counter push coming in clutch, finishing out that tower. Now that initial golem push earlier on the battle with the poison spell actually did a good amount of damage to his tower, which allowed that Mini P.E.K.K.A to finish it off right now. So going to go ahead here and sit back and start building up my elixir. I already have the 1 crown lead, so I don't need to do anything stupid by playing aggressively. Now he's going to start doing a push on the right hand side with the Royal Giant. So I'm going to counter on the left hand lane with a slow golem push, because I know if he drops down the Sparky behind the Royal Giant, I can go ahead and drop down troops behind it to take it out. Now he's dropping down the Lumberjack, so I'm going to get ready for this defense by using the cannon, the goblins, as well as the Ice Spirit. And as soon as that Royal Giant crosses the bridge, down goes the cannon to distract it. And I'm also going to go ahead and use the Mini P.E.K.K.A, which looking back at it, might have been a bit too much. I probably could have soaked up a little bit of damage on my tower and maybe used the poison spell on the left hand side to support that golem, but I wanted to play it safe and prevent any chip damage to my tower. Now once again, using that Zap spell to reset the attack timer on the Sparky, Musketeer finishing it off, and only 47 seconds left in this battle, so all I really have to do is just keep playing defensively, and I will be able to hold up for the 1 crown victory. Ice Spirit freezing that Hog Rider, and the Hog Rider doesn't even get 1 hit on my tower, so definitely a pretty cool defense right there. Now Golem going down there to distract both towers, but unfortunately he's just a little bit too slow to distract the Wizard, and as a result my Goblins do die, but the Golem does make it to the tower, getting a little more chip damage done, and also forcing my opponent to spend a lot of elixir defending his tower, and that way he doesn't have any chances to set up an offense. So gonna go ahead and use that Zap spell once again, reset the attack timer on the Sparky. Thankfully my Musketeer was locked onto it, taking it out. Gonna go ahead and use the cannon as well as the goblins to take out the Royal Giant, and here we are. Hog Rider dies before he even makes it to the cannon, and there we go guys, getting the 1 crown victory over a Royal Giant Sparky deck. Let's go ahead here and do a live battle. So here we are guys, now I want to hear your thoughts on the Golem. Do you think it needs another buff, like maybe reducing the elixir cost down to 7, or do you think it's balanced the way it is? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's see here, we have a okay starting hand. I'm going to go ahead and use this with the Musketeer, and hopefully they can defend. And unfortunately Musketeer is going to leave that lane, so let's go ahead and support her with one of these as well as one of these, and just play really stupid for no real reason. Take that out. Musketeer getting a couple shots off. Mini P.E.K.K.A 1 shot. And the Musketeer getting more damage done. Doing some good work for me right there. I maybe should have used that Zap spell and got to do more damage. Or even the poison spell would have slowed down the tower enough, allowing me time to... ooh, this is not good. We're going to poison this. And the Musketeer, hopefully, please come up, Musketeer. There we go. Hopefully he doesn't have a free spell. If he freezes my tower with that Musketeer, I am donezo. There, oh! Maybe we can zap it. Come on, zap, 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 zap. No! But we only took 1 hit, so not as bad as I thought, thanks to that Zap spell. But he does have a pretty strong strategy. My only air defense in this deck is that Musketeer, so now I have to play a little bit differently and try and keep it ready for defense. But the Golem, in my opinion, costing 80 elixir is kind of hard to use in the current meta of the game, because everything kind of favors faster cycling decks right now. But we're going to go ahead and start up a Golem push on the right hand side, and hopefully he doesn't counter push the opposite lane. But if he does, we have the cannon available with the Ice Spirit, which are pretty clutch on defense. There we go, let's do this with the Ice Spirit to freeze this. We're going to go ahead and use the Musketeer right here. Hopefully that way he can't hit both the things with the freeze spell. Goblins right here. There we go, finishing out that balloon before he makes it to the tower. The Golem is still alive as well, but unfortunately Mini P.E.K.K.A going down. But hopefully the Golem can do a little bit of chip damage to that tower, and maybe even finish it off for me. But look how fast those level 2 Golemites die, and that's just really a difference of the level in the battle, guys. So let's go ahead and Mini P.E.K.K.A counter that Mini P.E.K.K.A hopefully. And then we want to have the Ice Spirit available for his balloon pushes. So let's do a Golem push from here, because the cannon just went down, so by the time the Golem goes up there, the cannon should hopefully lose a good chunk of health before it gets there. Ice Spirit going down, freezing that. Come on, cannon to distract it. There we go. Thank you. There we go, finishing that off. Let's go ahead and poison all this. That should hopefully also kill the, or slow down the Mini P.E.K.K.A enough. There we go. Actually, that Musketeer was a big mistake there, guys. Incoming balloon on the left-hand side. But we only have 8 seconds left, so we can probably use this Ice Spirit to distract with the cannon. Poison that. There we go. Oh, that tower's still not dead. Never mind. There we go. Getting the victory. Give him the old good game. Anyways, guys, that's the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.